Alrighty, guys, time to wrap it up for today. This Wednesday, December 7th, and here you go, right? Look at that. Look at that. So finally, we hit 7,000 and immediately got knocked down. Immediately. So, as I said, if they start trading below that 69.75, I would be a lot more aggressive on a short term. Now, I'm not trying to trade it right now, but I'm certainly considering doing something here. Depends on how it looks, but there's definitely some selling going on right now. We'll see how this starts in this half hour. If support's going to hold here at the 69.70 at the mean from yesterday's trading. We'll see. It's but I mean, if anything, I would be tying a short trade here, trying to see how far they can go. I'm still down 18 on the ES. I made a chunk of money back here on the last trade I took. And look at that. That is even heading lower now. They definitely a pretty good sell-off going on here. So stay on the short side on this one if you're going to try to trade it and going into the close. At this point, I'm super tempted to do something here, but it's just wrap up the talking here for a second. Nasdaq also heading lower. I had a couple of trades that had a nice trade off the highs here for 54 bucks. So I'm down 18 on the ES at 6 round turns. I'm up 54 on the Nasdaq on 3. The Nasdaq trades I took was basically getting short against these again when they start trading up here to these upper areas. So here's the whole thing, and this was basically this is at the 920s. So it was here at this level of resistance before they started popping. I got short a couple of times, figuring that they're going to have a hard time getting through it, and they got a nice little run pull back there. So I got a little bit out of that thing, and I stopped trading it from there. On the EES, I had a couple of different trades. I was in a shitty trade there. I got into a loser there earlier on there. Let me see here. That was early here. That was this guy here. I was trying to get a long trade, got in on that one, and basically got knocked out of that trade. That was my loser. I had a scratch in the morning in the loser, and then I got into a 3-lot winner here, and I got down to 18 negative. So a little bit left to go. We'll see if I can get on a short trade here into the close, but you don't want to chase it. You had to find trade location even if it's heading lower. But at this point, it feels very much like the prices to the downside now. They're definitely pushing down that 75. So as long as they stay below it, I would stay on the short side. On the Nasdaq, took out the 880, so we're staying on the short side until they trade up above it, if they are. So that's kind of the dynamic right now. So starting off range bound on the ES and Nasdaq, as long as they stay below that 880 and the 69.75s. Not necessarily start, if anything, starting with a slight bias to the downside. See if I thought I can take it in the overnight and see if this is going to continue or not. But not completely surprising after they made new highs like that. It's going to be like weakness in the afternoon or into the close. So, not completely surprising. But anyway, so that's where we got on the ES and the Nasdaq. And then the news for tomorrow, before I keep going, this would be tomorrow morning. We have a job cut report at 7:30. International trade in goods and services at 8:30 says delayed. We'll see. Jobless claims at 8:30. We have productivity and wholesale. Both of them says delayed. I don't know if that's going to hold or not. We'll see. But not a whole lot of news to drive the market tomorrow. Then, of course, Friday, employment situation, Friday, and also Supreme Court rulings. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It could be a choppy Friday for sure. Finally, on the bond side of things, no trades there, but beautiful setups on the bond. And I'm bummed. This morning, I tried to get short here. Tried that one, 1601s. I was a little bit late on that entry. I never filled me. I had 2 working orders here, and these kind of done here, 1601. They were my first 2 orders I placed at 1601, and none of them filled. Well, I took one a little bit too aggressive, and I canceled that, and I entered after that third bar, and that didn't fill me. And then I didn't trade that bond rotation. I didn't. That felt kind of halfway through the range, so I didn't do anything on that one. And I missed this guy. That was a beautiful failure trade. Big move down, bounce, and then stall, stall, stall. I mean, you had plenty of time to get short, get long here against that lower edge at 16, and it would have been a nice trade. At least 4 to 5 ticks you get out of that thing. You can get much more if you want to sit through it, but I mean, it depends on what your profit target is going to be. And then, of course, this retest here at the highs at the 1601 again, three bars, and they couldn't take it higher, and I just did not see that one either. So I had to pay attention. I mean, that was the kind of missed a couple of great trades here on the bonds. So nice setups on the bonds. This is a beautiful setup trade on the bonds, the way it looked today. Anyway, so no trades on the bonds today. Bummer. But ES and Nasdaq stay on the short side. These guys are taking it lower. Look at that. Nasdaq, this ES is in heading lower at a pretty good clip here. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if I do anything here. But anyway, we'll leave it there. I'll see you back at bright and early in the morning, and we'll go at this again. So stay on the short side as long as they stay below the 75s now. And definitely there's pretty good selling going on here right now. And on the Nasdaq, below 880s, stay on the short side at least to get started and see how far they can take it. But definitely pretty good selling going on right now into the close. So, all right, so we'll leave it there. Now it can't chase it into support. So in the ES, it's 60s here. You don't want to chase it. You want to see the pullback here first before you try to get on a short trade there on the ES. If you're going to try to trade that one, same story with Nasdaq. Don't chase it because they're running into support areas, and you'll be right on the. You'll find yourself in a little snapback trade if you're not careful. Anyway, we'll leave it there. So down 18 on the ES, up 55 on the Nasdaq, and that's about it for me today. So we'll leave it there. All right, guys, I'll see you back in the morning. You have a good evening. Later.